My first impression of Dr. Kimbrough was that he was a man who had achieved success and who in turn wanted to cultivate that same level or even a greater level of success within the students.
He is larger than life. That's really the first thing that comes to mind when I think of him. He comes in the room and he just lights the room up. He engages everyone. His voice is so large and booming, you have to stop and take note. And he just forces everyone to connect, not just with him, but with one another.
That's what warms you in, that's what keeps you coming back, and also I feel that it just creates success.
If you believe in yourself, he is too, and that's something I just love about him, and he's just funny.
I know I don't accept excuses. I mean, I tell students all the time, you don't have to take business seminar. You're a business major, take seminar from the other 19 majors. You'll still get credit for it. What I love about you guys, you're up to the challenge. No one runs, no one hides.
I looked at other, competitive first-tier business programs to see what they were doing with the first-year students. And I took that amalgam, put it all together, and we have, voila, the CEO Academy that takes young, impressionable minds and get them ready for the world of work.
I think the one thing that comes to mind when I think about the times that I've been able to come into the classroom and really work with the students and talk about wealth generation and talk about philanthropy has been their openness, their eagerness to learn.
Those three letters, CEO, resonated in my mind. Well, if it's good enough for these top programs right here, then it's certainly good enough for the students at Clark Atlanta.
From the name alone, sounded like the right place to be around some individuals who are like-minded.
Through participating in the CEO Academy, I've gained the skills of critical thinking at a higher level that's more corporate focused.
When I come into the classroom and I see that the students are not just ready to learn, but they want to learn. And they know that the information that I'm sharing with them is going to make a difference. And not just necessarily in their lives, but often in the lives of their families and then hopefully in the lives of the communities that they'll go back to.
I found four, objectives, regardless of the institution that I visited before I even came back and set the first brick and stone to CEO Academy. I mean, they teach the kids, number one, to dream big dreams, develop a passion and dream, something that they desperately wanted to accomplish in life. Number two, they teach the students to be inner-directed versus outer-directed. Don't care about what people say or criticize. Take the risk, jump out there, try it, chase your dream, believe in yourself when no one else will. Number three, they tell the students to be lifelong learners. Formal education will get you a job, but lifelong learning, that'll make you rich. And number four, they tell their students, don't worry about failing. We've heard it many times. What is persistence? Persistence is a level of belief that you have in yourself. And if you haven't failed, then you really haven't tried. Take a Millionaire to Lunch is the capstone to my first year course. This is an opportunity for students to rub shoulders, to engage, and to speak to certifiable millionaires in a variety of fields. We've had athletes, we've had entertainers, we've had franchise owners, hotel, motel owners. You name it, it runs the gamut.
Images of African American people who have achieved success is empowering.
CEO Academy is so very vital and so very important because it really is the training ground for students to go from one level to the next. And one thing that we want to do is to make sure that those students have the opportunity.
Number one, we get them geared for the world of work, and that certainly goes with the dress code that we have here. Well, corporate support is essential. We couldn't do what we do without, and just not the dollars, with the commitment and the time. You couldn't put a cap on that. I mean, we couldn't pay for these corporate execs to come in here and spend so much precious time with these students. But the bottom line is that dollars do help, and from the standpoint of the supplies that we need, to the programs and the key initiatives that we develop.
I know that I'm going to be ready when I do step into a corporate world for myself.
Every time I look at him, I'm like, you don't have to be here, you know that, right? And he laughs. Because I know he knows, but he doesn't have to be, and that just let me know that you see something in us.
I would like to see the business program as the most elite program here at Clark Atlanta University.